Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Hong Kong Sevens. This one is the ninth place playoff game between Samoa and Ireland. The last game that we covered on the channel was Fiji taking on Great Britain. The game went to golden point time, and in the end, the Fijians were victorious, moving their way through to the final. If this game is even a tenth as exciting during the later stages as that game was, we're going to have ourselves a very good game of rugby for the Samoans. It will be Paul Iti Slater, Va'a, Apelo Maliko, Balvas Arfasoa, Paul Scanlon, Tuna Tuitama, Fa'afoi Falaniko, and Nueli Letufia. Then for Ireland, Harry McNulty, Jack Kelly, Matthew McDonald, Sean Cribben, Jordan Conroy, Mark Roach, and Andrew Smith as well. So two very talented sides. Both sides have the potential of getting a lot higher than ninth in their future games. Just hasn't quite been their leg. Perhaps Singapore next week could be where we do see these sides advance just that little bit further. But now both running out onto the field, looking closely at a couple of those reserves. Someone like a Hugo Lennox or Liam McNamara, perhaps, for Ireland to create a lot of impact when they make their way out onto the field. We've got Let's Go Samoa, says Chrissy Tuffanai. Hopefully I said that correctly. Samoa, they lost their first two games up against Fiji and Argentina, so that hurt them from the get-go. They won their next two games. In Ireland, they were able to get themselves the win over Kenya in the group stages, but did lose to South Africa and New Zealand. So both of these teams, different groups, maybe they could have made their way a lot further in this competition, but because they were both in groups that had two very class sides already in there, made it extremely tricky. But now there is still just a little bit of rain falling in Hong Kong. Va'a Pilomaleko, he had a brilliant game in the last matchup. Looking to do it again and go to Manu, says Chris R. Charles in there. I won't mention anyone who is new to the channel. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We've still got a final round the corner, New Zealand versus Fiji. That is going to be an absolutely outstanding one, and we will be covering it on the channel as well. That one will be kicking off at 12:15 a.m. New Zealand time, so just a bit after midnight for their matchup. It's going to be the Irish kicking off from right to left now for this match. Mark Roach gets the game underway. Slapped back by Ireland, but it will go into touch. Just a little bit too much on that one for Mark Roach. No support for Ireland from me. The success in the 15 has gone to their heads. The fans have turned into gremlins, says Stephen there. How's your night going so far, says Bros Productions? Been very good. We've seen some entertaining games of rugby sevens. I know that the Warriors managed to get themselves the victory in the NRL. The last minute conversion or penalty from Sean Johnson, so they were going all right. Now the Kiwis in the finals for the men's and the women. So I feel like overall, been entertaining. And the sleep deprivation that I've had hasn't been too evident. So that's also good. And Fiji nearly did a Barrett versus the Chiefs. They did. It was a massive dive, but just staying in the field of play. Now 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Samoa on the halfway line. Tuna Tuitama drives towards the touchline, throws the ball back in, and Scanlon has no option but to go into touch with it. Will now be an Irish line-out. May the best team win with the Samoan and the Irish flags there. Yeah, the next game that we are covering it will be South Africa versus Argentina. That is at 9:55 p.m. New Zealand time. Also, be sure to look out for a preview a bit later on in the evening for Fiji versus New Zealand. All thrown into the front. Nicely taken there by Ireland. Now going off to the right-hand side. In fact, it's a great step there from Andrew Smith. Scored himself 2 tries in a recent fixture for the Irish side. Now Mark Roach driving hard at the line, finds the offload there. Here comes the big man, Jack Kelly. Breaks through one tackle. He'll make it to the try line. And Jack Kelly gets himself the first try of the fixture. Let's go to Manu, says Salaniaman. Come on, Maliko, do your thing, says Chris R. Charles. Notice for this game, oh, the scoreboard is working. Let's go Samoa Pacific Brothers, says Stephen. Mark Roach created the opportunity, found his offload, and then Jack Kelly just too strong, bumping off the challenge. And how's your weekend been, says Kano? It's been good. Been busy, which I think is the case for most of our weekends. But no, it's been very good overall. We've had George on the channel, which was nice to see him on, I want to say that was Friday night. No, it might have been Saturday night, in fact. No, it might have been Friday. What day did George come around? What stream did George? George joined us for the Battle of the Bombays. That was Saturday night that George came round. And also we've done Sevens, we've done Champions Cup, Super Rugby, and we've had a lot of you guys here for the whole weekend, so it is hugely appreciated. And yeah, converted says Selenium, it was successful. But the problem is at the moment, the scoreboard, they may be updating it, but they've given the wrong team the try. Samoa actually 7-0 down at the moment in this fixture. Ball bounces out the back. Letoufair goes across. But yeah, the scoreboards today have been shocking. Online, I don't know who's controlling them, but I think they've decided to press every button except for the one that it was supposed to be. Now, nice pass on the outside. Good low tackle attempted. Paul Scanlon breaks through, though. Now the back of it might be away. No, Smith manages to stop him just. Oh, Scanlon, that's high. And that's going to be the penalty. He puts his hand out straight away. Apologizes to the referee. 22 meters out. Going off to the left-hand side now for the Samoans. Trying to make it 7-all so that it is nice and easy to do the additional 7 points. Va'apilo Maleko runs it in, making it an easier kick as well there. Va'apilo Maleko right between the sticks and scores the try. Always good to see George on the show. And AQE give us some luck with that commentary. Says Chrissy, maybe worked a little bit. Now it's going to make the score 5 points to 7. So I believe this time they will add probably the points on the board for Ireland, but it is currently 5 points to 7 in favour of the Irish. And my scoreboard, Mr. Scoreboard back from washing dishes. Let's go Samoa, says Blues Nate there, but brilliant work from Va'apilo Maleko. Able to run it in, score the try. Now, nice easy conversion, 7-all in this matchup now between the two sides with 2 minutes 40 left on the board. So yeah, they're giving the points around the wrong way at the moment. But at least both sides are going to be sitting on the same points, so it'll be nice and easy with it being 7-all. Series tries at the moment. Apelo Maleko sitting on 32. Rockali Soa sitting on 31. So both right up there. Going to be a loose ball gone backward for Ireland. Now, over the ball, I believe, for not rolling away. Penalty goes against the Samoans. Now, nice step there from the big man, Jack Kelly. In fact, it was Andrew Smith this time. Jordan Conroy straight up the middle. Although I will mention in the preview that we actually only got out at about 9:03 p.m. when the game started at 9:05. The preview that we did there, I did end up saying that I thought that Samoa would end up winning this game. That was my prediction. So let's see whether or not that is correct, or I continue that commentator's curse when it comes to the predicting of games. It's going to be back across to the right-hand side. Ball on the outside, not quite going to the hands. It's gone backwards. Va'apilo Maleko kicks it in behind, sees the space, but the ball curves into touch. Wasn't a favourable bounce for him. Now Ireland will have themselves the line out once again. Have a good night. I'm off to sleep. Cheers for the stream, says Kano. No worries. Hopefully you do sleep well. And yeah, I guess we might see you next weekend. We have got pretty much anything that we had this weekend, we have got again next weekend. Because we've got the Sevens, just the men's side of the things though. Yeah, we've got Sevens. We have got Super Rugby. We've got the Champions Cup quarterfinals. And then maybe a Curry Cup game or something like that thrown in there. Just a good measure. But Mark Roach now about to throw this one in for the Irish. Goes to the back. Nicely taken by Kelly. Been prominent throughout the early stages of this match. Valvasa Apasua tried to get over the ball. Doesn't get it. Andrew Smith now getting the penalty advantage because Scanlon was offside. Now looks like Ireland going to slow this one down a little bit. Kick for touch. Keep it at their pace. Are the Chiefs playing next week or is it a bye? I'll have a quick wee look here. Because, yeah, I know we only have 4 teams that are playing. Or sorry, 4 games that are happening next week. But they will be. The Chiefs do have a bye. They will play the Hurricanes in 2 weeks' time, though. So that will be a good matchup. When they do end up getting the chance, we'll go like that and that. There we go. Mark Roach now with the line out throw. Afternoon, boys and girls, says Kerr. Welcome in again, mate. You have been keeping well. Did you venture into any lunch, Kerr? I assume that you did. I actually realized doing the last live stream, I forgot to have breakfast and lunch. I was just too flat out doing all these commentary ones, doing the scheduling of them. That's the main thing. When you're scheduling streams, you've got that little in-between window. And then if you don't manage to get those done, then you feel like you're behind. So, yeah, I ended up remembering that I hadn't had breakfast, lunch, or tea, and ended up having something just before. Around the side, all close. Tuna Tuitama. Offload to Andrew Smith. Getting within inches, thought about reaching out for it. It's going to be another advantage in favour of the Samoans. Well, sorry, in favour of the Irish. Hi again. There's Ellie. Welcome in again. You've been keeping well. Ooh, close to the line again. Only a metre out now. Oh, that's cheeky from the Irish. There was a player who was injured, so they decided to go to that side. Jordan Conroy, though, gets in the corner, scores the try. Or does he? I think they just want to check this one. I had some pizza while watching the ladies' sevens, listening to the F1. There's Kerr there. And also, I realized saying this is a parent, I never work. Says Kerr. I'm not judging. I mean, it's good that we get to see you so often. But I haven't heard too much. Like, I guess, but when you're doing the management of stuff, right, to your level, if it's working smoothly, you've done your job, if that makes sense. Like, until something goes either wrong or you need to fix something, you're good. You watch all the sport you want, eat all the pizza that you want. Type of pizza did you get, Kerr? Not the Hawaiian, was it? Now, from the touchline, it's going to be a tricky kick for the Irish. Going into halftime, though, they will be sitting at least 12-0. It's going to stay there. Or, sorry, 12-7 in the first half. Although they've given Samoa the points once again, round the wrong way. Got to switch it. But we'll leave it for now, seeing as it's an online scoreboard. Hopefully they do realise relatively soon, though. But currently at halftime in this matchup, the Irish with the 5-point lead. Been a bit of a back and forth half. Samoa having a couple good opportunities. Bounce of the ball hasn't really been working in their favour. Definitely that one that he kicked in behind Va'a Pilomaliko. It just ended up curling straight into touch. But we have seen 16 carries from the Irish, 7 from Samoa. 3 offloads from the Irish compared to the one of Samoa. So actually out offloading Samoan boys, which is something you don't see too often at all. But you see Brian Lema, he's laser focused for this matchup. He wants to be able to get the victory. He wants 9th because it keeps the hopes and dreams of the Samoans with that automatic Olympic qualifying. It would keep it alive. And that would be absolutely massive for them. Definitely because in those regions, you know, you've got, if it's done off regions, which I think it is in Oceania, got quite a few good sides lurking there. The scoreboard looks wrong. That is because, Chrissy, it is, unfortunately. Scoreboard does not want to behave itself today. The last 3 games, we didn't actually have any scoreboard whatsoever. And kind of, but I need to do some reports. Also check up on the other 65 ships I manage via the reports they send. Pepperoni pizza today, currently thinking about dinner now, says Kerr. 65 ships are quite a few, Kerr. If you do ever port one in New Zealand near us, let us know. Surely we can do some sort of fun video with us, the 4 Kiwi lads on a cruise ship. I feel like that would be very fun to film. I know you're secretly cheering for us, says Chrissy. No. How'd you work that out, Chrissy? Not at all. I do release a lot of videos based around Samoa. I feel like they've kind of become my, like, if I was to say to anyone that they've become my second team, they'd be like, how do you have a second team? It's New Zealand or nothing. But for me, like Samoa, the way they've been able to build back in from 2020 or so when they did return on the 7th circuit, a lot of young players, a lot of new faces, but they're making some good progress. And they're always enjoyable to watch as well, the Samoans. But of course, I'm not biased. Penalty goes to Ireland after. No, I'm just Mark Roach now sitting 45 metres out from his own line. Yep, Manu Samoa says the Blues. Or says Blues Nate. Mark Roach kicks it for the touchline about now 31 metres out from the Samoan line. No, we love you too, says Chrissy there. I feel like Samoa is another one that just the passion that their crowd always show. Like, no matter whether they're winning or losing, people show up for their matches, whether that's in attendance, like watching around the world, cheering them on. It's going to be nicely taken by Little Fear. Now, ball on the outside goes to Paul Scanlon. Knock on from Falaniko. Now the counter opportunity for Jordan Conroy. Nice step off the left. Going for the corner. Jordan Conroy gets the try. Those quick stepping feet. He was on Dancing with the Stars, I believe, Jordan Conroy. Using some of those quick fire moves there. And Drippy has donated. Thank you very much, Drippy. Usually appreciate it. Do you want a message or something for me to put up on the screen with it? Do let me know. And trying to think which part would be closest or port would be closest to you. And I can look at my schedules to try and put myself there. For sure, would get you on board for the Kiwi Boys Day Out. That would be fun. Like people do like big hide and seek videos or like anything like that. I feel like that would be pretty awesome to have like some sort of full cruise ship empty and then although you probably couldn't organize it to be empty, I feel like that would cost a lot of money to do that. And hey, bro, is the Ireland with 7 or Samoa says monkey? Well, unfortunately, the person who's doing the scoreboard on the online website has forgotten who's in which color. So at the moment, it should be 19 points to 17 to Ireland, but they've got it round the wrong way. We've got to have like the switcheroo at the moment. And but aren't you of Irish descent? I don't think so. To be honest, I don't really know where I'm from. I think I might be Scottish, maybe. Maybe there's a bit of Irish in there as well. I have to do one of those ancestry DNA tests, find out where exactly like I'm actually from. I once took part in like a Scottish games at primary school. We dominated tug of war. My tactic sounds bad to say now, but my tactic was I was a very small kid. So I was like, well, tug of war, wait. So my team, I made it up of the people who were the early growers at primary school, the ones who were like 5 foot tall when they were 7 and like, I don't know, 60 kgs. And I was like, right, you're on my team. And then we won well and truly. I got a bit of French in me. Says Bros Production. And also Kiwi Lads bumper cars video. That would be pretty awesome. And I'm good, dude. Says Drippy. Well, thank you very much for your generosity, Drippy. It's hugely appreciated, mate. 4 minutes remaining in this game. Samoa are down. Even though the scoreboard, I feel really bad because anyone who tunes in now will be like, yay, Samoa winning by 12. But really, no, Samoa down by 12. They've got a good chance to get back into it. And if you're Scottish, you should definitely know more Glasgow players. True. I'll stick in the to be confirmed category. I kind of turn into what makes that noise? The chicka chicka. I kind of went like that in between my words there. You don't need Ireland. Yeah, nah, good. They're doing very well. Every breakdown at the moment, the Irish going to slow it down once again. And let's go to Manu says Selenium. And also any vacant spots there, mate? And also vacant spots all over this company. Really? I'm on a cruise ship. George loves cruise ships, but no, I'll reword that. George loves cruise ships that have attractive women on them. You think you can make that happen, Kurt? That's George's favorite kind of cruise ship. Tui Pilotu. There's another one for you. Sione Tui Pilotu. I know him. And Hamish. Says Blues Nate. For Hamish Watson, is that you're asking? Or for my name? Because my name is Hamish. All going to be fed in by the Irish. I can't believe we're in the second half. This game's actually really, really flown by. George and Hamish. Says Nate there. Big fan from Andrew Smith. Almost lands on his head while he was dragged down. Now Jordan Conroy goes across to Mark Roach. The left-hand side here. Jack Kelly stepping back on the inside. Tackled by BJ Lima. Another penalty goes the way of the Irish. Samoa have just not quite got it right in this game, which looks deceptive because they're winning on the scoreboard, but the scoreboard is wrong. They are actually the other way around. George likes anything if it has attractive women around. True. George just likes attractive women, I think is the best way of putting it. Attractive woman and food. That's his combination. Like he was saying on the Super Rugby live stream, he saw Sam Whitelock in a tent and he was more concerned about the barbecue to see how many sausages were left. And Mark Roach throwing the ball to the back. Oh, it's gone over the top. Loose ball picked up now by Samoa. The thing is, they actually still have time in this contest. Like 2 minutes, 20. Oh, wow, big shot. Tuna Tuitama runs over the top of one of the players. Oh, tackle on a man almost without the ball, but he did end up in the same spot. So that is why did end up getting taken down now, going off to the right-hand side now. Emanuele Letufair goes across field now. BJ Lima to Paul Scanlon. Steps on the inside. They're running low on time here, Samoa, but they're certainly still trying to get themselves those 2 quick tries. Georgian in his escape room on board. Be a good video, I think. Yeah, Georgian in escape room in general, he gets so frustrated. Like, he seems well, depends on what time you've seen him. Maleko kicks him behind. Ball sits up, scores the try. Yeah, he seems calm-mannered, but if he can't do something, he gets really annoyed. It's like in the past when we've played Rugby Challenge or something, he tells me that the buttons aren't working, but he's pressing the wrong buttons. And then he said it was the game's fault for making that button that one rather than the other. I'm hungry after hearing that barbecue, says Chrissy. And also, boss, I'm trying to hook you and George up with the bro cruise on his ships, says Nate. I mean, I'd take a cruise sponsorship, or I guess what would it be? Would it be it would be like a endorsement, wouldn't it? I'd be like, hey, look at this big boat or ship that we're on. It's one of Kerr's. Kerr will be sitting there going, hi, I'm Kerr. I don't know what you sound or look like, Kerr, but I imagine you saying, hi, I'm Kerr. And then, yeah, all good. Downfield. Samoa now, if they get a converted try here, they actually will have a draw. And then they'll have to go to golden point time for this game as well. I mentioned how if this game had anything like the last Fiji game that we covered, it is going to be hectic now. Nice ball on the outside once again. Ireland stepping on the inside. Fa'afoi Falaniko makes the tackle. Tui Tama helps. Now Jordan Conroy using up time here, running sideways on a hat trick, finds the offload up to Harry McNulty. Managed to stay in the field of play 5 meters from the sideline. Where you at? Ship might stop by there, says Kerr. He's in Melbourne. And also, you have to have a second team, says Fleshin in there. So who's your second team, Fleshin? So I assume Wales is your first. Who do you go with outside of Wales? It would have to be someone from the Southern Hemisphere, wouldn't it? I don't think you'd go with another side in that kind of region. Like, you wouldn't be like Wales, but maybe Wales, but you like Scotland. Could be your second team. Right. Samoa now 40 meters out from their line are going to have the scrum feed, ladies and gentlemen. Another chance, Letufea to feed the ball in. A lot of nervous men out there on the field, I assume. Be curious to know. I see what you did there. Just tune back in to go with the Warriors. Woohoo. You're managing to get themselves that comeback victory over the Sharks with the last minute penalty slotted over by Sean Johnson. But then there was also a missed penalty, wasn't there, from the other team, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Now, golden point could be just around the corner if Samoa can cross the try line. And hi, Hamish. Is the final going to be tonight? New Zealand time, says Joseph. It is. So it is at 12:15 a.m. So just after midnight for us here in New Zealand. And then the women's game is on at 11:40 p.m. Nice one. Our wide tuna tuitama Letufea. Oh, that was high. Going to be the penalty advantage for the Samoans. They're looking to tie this game. They go back for the penalty. Sport 2 teams, Scotland and the team playing England. Says Kerr, nice run. Scanlon needs to make it an easy one. He tries to step, he gets it down. Oh, we're going to another golden point game. I don't think we can handle this. It's going to be a tough kick. And yet Pines had a long-range chance to send the golden point, but missed, says the noise. So Paul Scanlon's got it. But now I think he's realized that one of his teammates or himself will have to try and get this kick over, and it is not really an easy one. Got a couple meters closer to the post. Right, the kick now for a golden point game once again here between these two sides. Samoa versus Ireland. The kick doesn't look too flash. It misses. And it means that we don't go to golden point time. Samoa did get beaten, ladies and gentlemen, even though the scoreboard says otherwise. It was 19 points to 17 in favor of the Irish at the end of the match, but almost golden point. Va'apilo Maleko, you can see that he's disappointed because there was almost a chance of being able to go a little bit longer, and damn missed Stairs Hanoi there. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. The next live stream that we have got will be at 9:55 p.m. And that is going to be the matchup between South Africa and Argentina. Also, before then, we will have a live stream for the final scheduled. Be sure to check that out. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you all for the next one.